Welcome to San Juan, Puerto Rico, the host for the 2021 FIBA Women's AmeriCup. What a backdrop. Here it's day number 3 and the nightcap here inside the Roberto Clemente Coliseum. This one pins two of the best in Group B against one another. Two teams that are Olympic bound in 40 days. It's number 1 in the world, USA, taking on the host nation, Puerto Rico. Welcome inside Despina Barton alongside Natalia Melendez, your commentators for today. Natalia, you've been with this Puerto Rico national team. You've covered these two teams leading up to tonight's big game. Give me your quick thoughts.
Two very different teams. In the case of Puerto Rico, this is a very experienced team that's been together for 6 years. They know each other very well. They know what is at stakes here. Last AmeriCup, they end in the 4th place and qualify for the World Cup for the first time. On the other hand, this USA team is a group of young players that every one of them play in the best college basketball, the NCAA. They are hungry. They are very hungry, lots of energy and stamina. They are here because they want to prove they can play in this level.
Both of the teams are unbeaten in group play in USA. Like Natalia said, this is a much younger group. Their veterans are tied up in their WNBA seasons. But this younger group, Coach Staley says, is drawn to a challenge, and that is what they're going to see here tonight. Yesterday, they handedly took care of the Dominican Republic, 102-39. Puerto Rico's had an easy route here tonight, but expect these two to give us a monster showdown.
There you see this USA team. Yesterday, you know what, in last night's game, I was expecting to see a team maybe a little nervous and, you know, out of control at the beginning, just because this is a whole different scenario for them, but that wasn't the case. This girl was ready to play, and we saw an amazing team get together and gave us a great show.
And Puerto Rico, they are playing in front of their home fans. It's deafening here inside the arena as the starting lineups and introductions are made. Natalia, speak to the magnitude of performing on this stage.
It's huge for them, as the whole country knows that Puerto Rico is going to be in the Olympics for the first time in history. So, you know, it's always good to play in your country. It's always good to play in front of your fans, but it also adds a little bit of pressure, because they need to prove in front of everybody that they have the capacity to beat talented teams like this USA team.
And we'll continue with the rich tradition here at the AmeriCup. We will stand for the national anthem first with Team USA, and then the host nation, Puerto Rico.
Please remain standing for the national anthem of Puerto Rico.
teams wave hello, make their brief introductions. And usually there's a gift exchange at this point, but instead the teams will work in their final warm-up. And Natalia will take this time to recognize the officiating crew for this evening's finale on day number 3. We're looking at them: Felipe Ibarra, Jose Fernandez, and Norvel Avesio Young.
Chile, Costa Rica, and Virgin Islands. Presentation from the Latin American community.
And the last time, Natalia, these two teams met was September of 2019 in this exact tournament, the AmeriCup. USA won 78-54. And we know this, Team USA, though they look different here today,
yes,
are the defending champs and have won this tournament their last 2 trips here.
They are the team to beat right now with Canada. There you see Veronica Burton, Nasara Hillman, Diamond Miller, Ryan Howard, and Alaya Buston.
This is the exact same starting
Yes.
5 they opened up with on yesterday.
You see the bench: Henderson, Owusu, Brownberger, Jones, Prince, and Kunane. Kunane. We'll be saying that last name a lot today.
They're led by head coach Don Staley. You know this woman's name because she is the head coach of South Carolina. And oh yes, all of her other accolades. She was named coach of this team in 2017, is leading them to the Tokyo Games, and as a player has won 6 gold Olympic medals, 3 as a player, 2 as a coach. And for Puerto Rico, this lineup's slightly different tonight.
Yes.
They're without their captain, Natalia.
It's Jennifer Taira, Daichali Jasmine, and Isalis Quiñones. Yes, Pamela Rosado, the captain of the Puerto Rico team, will not be playing today because last night when she was playing against Argentina, she got hurt. Her right wrist. We saw how she fall, and she, it hurts a little bit. And they took X-ray on her hand, and thankfully she's doing good. But they rather, not use her today. She's a very important player for the semifinals, and tomorrow she's in question. They still don't know if they're going to use her, but that one right there, the one that you're seeing on the screen, Daichali Salaman, did yesterday, did amazing. She did very good. She's going to be the one in the starting lineup today.
And Salaman has been the heartbeat. She's averaging 9.5 points, has snagged 8 rebounds, and you guys are going to have a lot of fun watching her on the court today.
She's definitely the mood. That's what you said.
The mood. This whole Coliseum is the mood. You feel like you are a piece, a heartbeat of Puerto Rico.
The cathedral of basketball. This is where all of the important basketball events for national teams, women's or men, usually happen. So it doesn't feel like Puerto Rico is playing if it's not here.
When I talked to the coaching staffs for each one of these teams, Puerto Rico said it's going to be key to slow down the USA. They need to set their own tempo and contain the bigs. They only want to allow USA to get 1 shot because last night against Dominican Republic, they had their field day with all the putbacks and offensive rebounds. Now, Coach Staley says her squad for USA, she's asking them to stop the 3-ball for Puerto Rico and keep your matchups. Don't let Puerto Rico get out in front of you.
Yes, and it's smart from both coaches. They know what they're doing. And yes, Kunane and Jones yesterday from the USA, they made a party on the board. They have strong players that can rebound, that will follow everybody's shot, and they will try to get those offensive rebounds. And yes, of course, Stanley's going to say about the 3-point shot because Puerto Rico is averaging, listen to this, 11 3-pointers per game.
And USA had 15 yesterday, so neck and neck as we get set to jump ball is Isalis Quiñones for Puerto Rico and Aliyah Boston in the circle, the captain, the 19-year-old captain for Team USA. And we're off. And the 19-year-old captain for Team USA. And we're off. First shot is good. Ryan Howard.
She was 20% yesterday from the 3-point line. We, have seen her before playing, and she is a set shooter for this USA team.
O'Neal went off yesterday from the field, and she's going to start shooting right away here to try to get under in some rhythm. Pushing, Miller stays with USA.
Good intentions there. Better defense from Puerto Rico. That's the replay.
The pass intercepted by Guathmy, but not without applying some extra hands work. Loose board. USA resets. And there we're roaring Hillman for her work.
Yeah, it's going to be a long night for Guathmy. Why do I say this? Because she's starting on the fourth position. There you see the repetition, the replay, I'm sorry. Playing one-on-one against Hillman again. Guathmy's natural position is the 2 and the 3. And because this team from Puerto Rico is lacking, you know, a lot of players that play the 4 position, she's been moved. Not everybody, you know, not every player is capable of accepting that and saying, you know what, I'm gonna not play my position and move to this one, but she have. And she knows sometimes she'll be playing as a guard, and today she's playing as a forward.
Naz Hillman goes 1 for 1. Loose ball tracked down by Isalise.
Make her work, right,
Salomon will inbound for Puerto Rico. O'Neal, the former WNBA player, off front rim. Already apparent they need to get her activated. Howard will toss back up. Inbound goes to Boston, the captain, off the glass, no go.
Good defense. Good defense.
O'Neal tries her kicks, and that one's stolen. Howard with the good hands. Sticky fingers, but can't convert.
USA started playing a full court man, woman-to-woman defense. Very aggressive. Putting a lot of pressure full court.
Guathmy stripped again. Ryan Howard with the steal. Hillman left alone. Tracks down her own billboard. Her own rebound.
Every time they will follow their shot. So it's up to Puerto Rico to put a body on them. There you see the replay, she shots the ball. You know, usually when the ball leaves your hand, you know if you're gonna make it or not. And she knew she was gonna miss, so she followed her shot. She got her own rebound.
And Naz Hillman plays her college game at Michigan. She's a Cleveland, Ohio native. And of course is embracing all this time with Dawn Staley, the Hall of Famer. Hillman and a lot of these USA players are just excited for this opportunity. Natalia, as you said, this isn't what the senior squad normally looks like for USA.
They can have like 5 senior squads, but yes, this is a group of NCAA players that are very talented, the best of the best. And you know, and they are in great shape because they were playing in the NCAA.
Miller goes left, baseline, looks to dump it, right in the hands of Melendez. Feed up, and no good for Salomon. This Puerto Rico team hasn't scored in 2.5 minutes.
Yes, it's been a difficult start in the offensive end for them.
Burton, one dribble, take, off. Again, third chance opportunity, make it 4 chances now for USA, not what Puerto Rico ordered up. Guathmy with a little off-speed action, draws the foul.
And as you said, 3 minutes without being able to score. We got to give credit to that USA team who is putting a lot of pressure on every player on the board. That was some sort of unbalanced shot for Jasmine Guathmy, but she got the foul. In the case of Jasmine, in 2 games that Puerto Rico had played, she's averaging 12 points and 3 rebounds. She's 55% from the field goal, 25% from the three-point line, and 50% from the free throw.
And you're looking at their coach, Jerry Batista, as she misses both. A rarity here for Puerto Rico.
Let's go. Go to work. Strong.
And the crowd starts to get into it. Playing six-man and trying to shake USA on this possession. Blocked by Melendez.
Taira read that attack. She used her hands. Not in my house. It's the replay. Good hands.
And the stare down after, Natalia. All right, Jennifer O'Neill had a powerful game yesterday. Led the way in scoring. She'll continue to shoot her shot, and she gets one.
First two of the game, that's, you know, she kind of like make you, you know, sleep on her. She'll dance with the ball.
She's a smooth operator, just like Aaliyah Boston there, a South Carolina player. Dawn Staley, her coach here.
She almost had a double-double yesterday, 10 points, 9 rebounds.
And 19 years old for Boston. O'Neill keeps them coming. 4 points for O'Neill. The fans are on their feet. Melendez playing denying defense. And Puerto Rico on a run. Salomon. Back to Guafmi. 3-ball. Yes!
And you know what? Daishali could have taken that mid-range shot, but she saw that Jasmine was in a better position in the top of the key.
7-0 run for Puerto Rico. We're knotted. Miller, step back three. Short. Loose ball. And Quinones is not backing away.
That's a good face-off there between Boston and Isalis Quinones. There's the replay. Taira, she doesn't necessarily always get the rebound, but she's fighting there. She's fighting.
And the crowd is in this. Dashale Salomon, the young woman that got the start as the captain is missing off this Puerto Rico team. O'Neill pulls up the J with
No!
in her face.
No, Jennifer. Wow.
Just took her about 3.5 minutes to get going, and Howard there trying to silence this crowd.
She said, I got my own thing too. Great shooter, Howard. That's point number 6 for her.
And again, you're looking at O'Neill, 31 years old. She is purely a veteran on this court, knows what to do, and she'll find herself on the free throw line.
She had too many tools in offense. Off the dribble, she's a set shooter, she attacks, she does a lot. Jennifer O'Neill from New York. She was born in New York. Her parents are from Puerto Rico. That's the replay, her first 3 of the game. And Jennifer was playing in Bologna in the club Lublin, where she averaged 13 points and 3 rebounds, but she also had experience in Israel. She was part of this very successful Kentucky program in the NCAA, and she also has some NBA, WNBA experience with Minnesota on 2015.
Howard keeps things moving for USA. A lot of bodies in a very small space. It's Hillman that goes up. Another look at the clogged lane. Hillman just grabbing that ball.
This is the FIBA AmeriCup 2021. Why is this tournament celebrated? Because you want to be in those top 4 places to go to the pre-qualification tournament that will qualify people for the World Cup. And in the case of USA, they've been in 17 World Cups, starting from 1953.
Hillman gets the second. Haley Jones steps on, gives a break to Hillman. And Solomon picks up a new defender as Destiny Henderson is on the court for USA. O'Neal, yes! She can't miss! USA quick to respond.
And that's very important. When you have a player that it's putting the whole crowd into the game, it's very important for you to answer what she's doing. It's exactly what USA is doing. She's doing something, but then, you know, they react and make a basket or get a rebound or do something.
O'Neal, her ability to create has put on a clinic, Natalia. She is showing every woman on the court why she is playing for Puerto Rico now. 13 points, 4 three-pointers.
Puerto Rico have 16 points. 13 are coming from Jennifer O'Neal's hands. And she was here, you know, we were here because the Argentina game was canceled. And Jennifer was shooting by herself like since 7 o'clock.
O'Neal was the first one on the court, Natalia.
Very early. We were surprised at how early she was here, but there were still like 3 hours to go. 6:30 she's here around that time.
Top, Haley, top. Let's go, Henny. Make her work, Grace.
Solomon being guarded tightly by Henderson, splits the defenders, tries to pass out, intercepted by Berger.
Good pass.
Up to Henderson. That shot had to be adjusted.
Stop the ball, Haley. Stop the ball.
Solomon. Quinones. A beauty off the glass.
That was beautiful basket though, Fisalis Quinones. She's running down the court. She's getting rewarded for that sprint.
Haley Jones.
Beautiful.
Tried to square her shoulders. Berger will keep things alive for USA. Puerto Rico with a 5-point lead. Rothme tosses it away. Jones coming at you. And Solomon will keep this ball going for Puerto Rico. Quinones waiting. That was blocked by Howard. And Henderson going to try and slow the pace here.
Keep working,
Henderson in the corner. She's got it. Still has the firepower from yesterday.
She had 5 threes on yesterday. She was 5 of 6. 15 points from the three-point line. She also shot at 62% from the field goal.
And what I like most about Henderson is she's a Florida girl. I used to cover her at the state tournament in Lakeland. She won 3 state championships for Fort Myers, went on to be a McDonald's All-American, and is obviously a staple now in South Carolina under head coach Don Staley.
She's been a star since a very young age, and there's you see these players that sometimes from a very young age you can tell they have this thing. It's something special about them, and they're gonna make great things in their career, and that's what's happening with Henderson.
A lineup change here for Puerto Rico. We have Gonzalez out there. She'll square up. Hits it! Puerto Rico's on fire.
Yes, Michelle struggles a little bit yesterday. It's a good thing seeing her, just getting into the court and scoring her first shot.
O'Neal gets slipped up, pats it to Gonzalez. Natalia, these girls know where each other are going to be. The floater, wonderful, the skill set that O'Neal is showing us. And Team USA, this group of youngsters. Owusu can't hang on, but it will be last touch by Puerto Rico.
Yeah, you say now the last possessions are trying to push the ball down the floor, trying to look for easy shots.
They trail by 7.
That was a good shot, just bad luck there.
Pressure, Henny. Deny, Haley.
Unfamiliar territory for this young USA squad.
Chase on. Chase on.
Final 35 seconds in the first quarter. Gibson in trouble, battered away by Konane.
It's 1 second in the shot clock. I think Ali lost a sense of the time they had left. Jennifer went to the bench. She's going to the bench with a well-deserved break, and Jasmine is back.
Yeah, I think she actually wanted to be called out a little bit sooner, needed to catch her breath. Gibson on the cut. The shot gets off in time. USA rebounds. Grace Berger now will hand it to Henderson.
Trying to play now for one last play, setting up a play.
There's a couple seconds that differentiate the shot clock and game clock. The feed to
Beautiful.
Konane. She gets her own rebound, hacked, trying to go up again. She sticks with it.
And something these girls, these youngsters from USA team will learn while playing in this tournament is how physical is FIBA basketball. It's very different. Not that they are new with FIBA basketball, because most of these girls are already part of the youngest team, you know, U16, U17, U18 from the USA, but right now they are playing with women.
Start the defense off, Henny.
And the game gets tougher and way more physical.
Konane hits both of her free throws, so cuts the lead now here to 5.
Jenny brings Jackie Benitez, makes sense. She's a set shooter with 6 seconds to go.
Foul called on the inbound.
From who? I don't know.
The officials trying to make the call. Yep, it's going to go against Destiny Henderson.
Okay.
First, personal foul number 4, Destiny Henderson.
Other side, Henny.
So change of position here slightly for the inbound for Puerto Rico. Gibson. And Benitez will get her shot up. And that's how the first quarter ends, Natalia. It's the home team, Puerto Rico, with an advantage, 23-18.
It was a real slow start for this team from Puerto Rico. Of course, it's always hard to, you know, not start with your starting point guard, which is Pamela Rosado, because everything changes. But Jennifer O'Neill took care of that.
Look at the stat line from USA, shooting 11% from the field.
And that's not normal, because they were easy shots close to the basket. It's just bad luck sometimes. They were not responsible, you know. They were very responsible with the shots they were taking. They were good shots. They just, you know, didn't go in. What I can assure you is this: United States, USA will not continue shooting that bad. They will get into the rhythm soon. That you will find players that, will look better in their offense. 15 points in 1 quarter, 25% on the field goal. She's just scoring from everywhere. It was a Sabrina screen there.
And O'Neill has already hit her average for the tournament. And you get some help off the bench there with Michelle Gonzalez. We call her the lawyer around these parts.
She is a lawyer. She finished her last year as a lawyer while playing the 2017 FIBA AmeriCup in Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Now look at the best plays already from the jump. And it was Ryan Howard who opened up the party for Team USA. But they fell flat as the quarter went on. Puerto Rico's low came in the first 3.5 minutes and then traded off with USA.
We've seen long rotations already. Puerto Rico's been using 8 players. Still the same amount of players.
Howard giving us the shh. That was a big 3 right after.
So Jennifer got, her thing, but I got mine too.
It's been on display all week. the age disparity and not, you know, just the range. How about that? For Team USA, the oldest player on the team is 22 years old. There's two of them, Grace Berger and Destiny Henderson. The average age is 20.5. For Puerto Rico, much older group of women.
Yes, definitely. Well, Pamela is in her 30s. Michelle is in her 30s already. Daisha Lee, it's almost there too.
They've almost got a decade of experience on the Team USA roster.
You know, well, let me see this. And she's 17 points already. Do you know which number is this for Pamela Rosado in AmeriCup? I forgot to say this yesterday. This is the AmeriCup number 6 for her. 6 AmeriCups.
And the AmeriCup is normally scheduled every 2 years, off years of the Olympics. This year is a little wonky, as is everything else, with what we've experienced as a globe with COVID-19. But that's insane. 6 AmeriCups for Pamela Rosado.
6. For seconds.
And Puerto Rico can get the ball up in time. They're matching their largest lead at 7 points right now.
And tomorrow, USA will be playing Venezuela. Then on Tuesday, they will play Argentina. On Wednesday, everybody have a free day. Nobody plays. It's resting day for the tournament.
Aaliyah Boston going to work in the paint. The putback, the tip, no good. And USA's crashing the boards, Natalia. You're seeing that.
Yeah, they just need to, to calm themselves. They are higher than the Puerto Rican, players. So once they get their rebound, they need just to put it back.
Henderson.
Nice.
Sidestep, dribble, squares, releases that one. Lucky for Puerto Rico, did it not go.
When she don't score, she'll scare you. Because
you know, it's a ticking bomb.
Yes.
Ticking time bomb. Gibson, strong take to the lane. Miller with the rebound. Finding lane. The pass just was not there.
Puerto Rico is reading very well the USA passes.
O'Neal sending Pagan through. Gonzalez, the 31-year-old, the veteran, gets it to Pagan. Nothing but net.
Those are India's first 2 points of the game.
And the foul on the other end, Jennifer O'Neal getting out in front. I think what you're seeing here is Team USA is obviously a compiled of a group of phenomenal athletes from all across the country that you can tell have not spent a whole lot of time playing together.
They play in the NCAA, they are in great shape, but it's so hard when you don't know each other that well. They are not teammates in college. They got together to play this tournament, and coaches try to get some kind of chemistry in the little, amount of weeks that they spend together, but it's hard. So what they usually do is, they try to adjust during the tournament. And this USA team that we are looking at right now is not a 9% field goal shooters. This is gonna change soon for them. They will not continue shooting like this, but they have to keep working on their defense side and try to get some easy steals and get into the fast break and make those easy baskets to get into the rhythm.
Benitez. That one was off. Aaliyah Boston, the captain. Again, it ends up in Boston's hands, but the deflection, those passes aren't there, Natalia.
Yes, they're all very aggressive on those passes. Those were points 3 and 4 for Aaliyah Boston.
The pull-up J from Gonzalez. Contact from Diamond Miller. And I believe she'll be going to the free throw line to shoot 3.
And Diamond didn't like that call. There's a replay, USA trying to...
Number 20, Sabrina Lozada for USA. And number 4, Destiny Henderson.
First one is good for Gonzalez.
Michelle Gonzalez, besides being a player for the national team, she's also the director of the younger program for the national team. And she does a lot. And her brother, for those Latinos that are listening to us, Lenny Tavares, he's very famous, a famous reggaetonero or reggaeton singer. It's her brother.
How does one family get blessed with so much talent under one roof?
And her little sister is like a model. They all do something.
And last night we had some special fans in the stands. We had Carlos Arroyo here, the mayor.
Gary Brown.
Boston knocking. Pointing out Sabrina Lozado.
It's very hard to hold Boston because she's so strong and she knows where she's going. You know, she's not only a tall and strong player. She's a tall, stronger player that knows how to play basketball, that knows how to use her body. And this young player was born in Virgin Islands. Eventually moved to the States, and now it's part of this national team.
And she plays for Dawn Staley at South Carolina. Of course, they made their deep run to the Final Four. It was a who's who in the tournament this year. And she built her staff basically off of the top talent. That, I mean, you got the Arizona coach as the assistant here.
They have Adia Barnes for the University of Arizona and Jennifer Rizzotti for those who watch NCAA in the 90s. She was an outstanding point guard, and now she's the Connecticut Sun president.
Boston with 8 cuts the lead to 3. And guess who had the scouting report here made on Puerto Rico for USA?
Who?
Rizzotti.
I've seen her in every game, even though it has nothing to do with the USA. She's been here a lot of hours just watching and learning how these players play.
Howard won't go. Henderson with the footwork over there, leaping over her own player.
Very athletic.
Twinkle toes, and the chick there from Hillman.
I think there's a 6-0 rally right now for the USA. They're looking with a lot of rhythm. We knew this was coming. They are attacking the basket.
Hillman taking the baseline. I would have loved to see the replay of Henderson leaping over her player.
Hillman was the first player in Michigan, University of Michigan or Michigan State? You clarified that yesterday.
Michigan.
Michigan. She's the first player in that program, in the program history, to earn the All-American honors. She was also a 2021 Big Ten Player of the Year, captain of the U19 team, who won gold in the World Championship, and she also won gold in the U18 FIBA Americas. She might be young, but boy, she's been everywhere with this USA team. It's her first time with the senior team, and you know, this will be a great experience for her.
With that free throw, that knotted the game up at 29 and forced Puerto Rico here to take a timeout. Natalia, if you're Puerto Rico, you led by as many as 8.
The thing is, every time Puerto Rico takes out Jennifer O'Neill, you can see there's offensive drought. Nothing happens, not too many things happen. Jennifer is the one creating everything, the offense for Puerto Rico, and she was at the bench. You know, when the USA did that advance. Well, USA did that advance because they attacked the gaps, they looked for contact. and we knew that was coming. But in the case of Puerto Rico, they have not scored since she went to the bench. So I think Jetty is bringing her back.
All. 5 minutes left in the first half. USA, Puerto Rico, both unbeaten in Group B play. USA had a bye the first day. Meanwhile, it was Puerto Rico that defeated Venezuela and Argentina and looking to stay unbeaten. O'Neal loses her handle for a moment. Pagan with the shot, won't drop. Henderson, eyes down court. Extra pass. This one results in a turnover.
Get up, Brian, get up, get up, get up.
Guathmy not waiting for anything. Runs right into Hellman and a jump ball.
Yeah, Hellman was very smart grabbing that ball down there. I don't think there was contact there. The fans are not liking it, but actually I think it was good defense. That's what it was.
Get into her, Ryan, get into her. Get into her, Veronica.
It was all ball.
Guathmy now will find herself on the free throw line to shoot too.
Jasmine was playing in Italy. She averaged there 14 points and 5 rebounds in the Sesto team. And there you see, yes, some contact. She can jump. And Jasmine have a very, have this story about when all this COVID situation breakdown started. She was playing in Italy and she couldn't get out. She couldn't come back home. She spent months by herself in one apartment in Italy, waiting for everybody, and it was very hard for her. She was very active on her social media, talking to people, not having your family and being in a whole different continent had to be difficult for her.
It's heartbreaking because not only did COVID, halt everything, but then you're isolated and alone, and the mental, anxiety that comes with that. So it's so exciting to see everybody back here, and Aaliyah Boston just continuing her workload, leading the way for USA with 10 points. Guathmy, there's a body on the floor, doesn't matter. She's gonna hit it in your eye.
Point 6 and 7 for Jasmine.
Boston wanted it. Great defense there by Quinones.
And Salis is just using all of her power and her strength to trying to defense Boston. So far, so good.
O'Neal, shot is short. And she's saying that was altered. The official is saying, no, it's not. Coach Batista, you see Coach Batista taunting the official slightly over here? I guess that's as riled up as he gets, huh?
Yes, he's very calm.
Conain, blocked by Guathmy. Wow. Flexing on her home court.
I like how you say flexing, but you are flexing yourself. Oh boy, it's fun to be doing it's fun to be with you, Despina. It's fun that we have, women working.
Yeah, this experience has been amazing. We get to call women's hoops the best in the world right here in Puerto Rico for the AmeriCup. The 10 top teams in the Americas and Caribbean nations are all right here, the mecca of women's basketball right now. Natalia Melendez, Despina Barton here in the booth. We're so happy you're joining us. Spotting up.
Boom! And it was about time. That's their fourth 3 in 9. They're shooting 4 of 9 for the three-point line, 44%. This is a team that, how many they made yesterday?
15 yesterday, Natalia.
15 three-pointers.
Salomon will give her first shot a try. Swooping in was Guathme. She is giving every ounce of energy that she possibly has.
Yeah, she's been very aggressive, trying to rebound a lot, trying to get to those boards.
USA and Puerto Rico trading off the lead here. Long shot goes in. Howard, the SEC Player of the Year 2 times in a row, silencing the Puerto Rico fans.
She have swag.
And then Henderson picking pockets. Solomon tracing her down. Missed the shot. Back up is Hillman. USA pushes out by 6.
Replay Henderson. Nobody run on the court from Puerto Rico, and yes, that was a foul. You got to be really strong in order to be able to score that when somebody hits you the way that Shali fouled her.
Natalia, give us some background. You talked about the physicality here in the FIBA AmeriCup. Why is it at that extreme?
I don't know, but it's been always like that in you know, FIBA basketball. It's known by you have to do anything in your power to win a basketball game, and it's usually very physical. Reps will allow you maybe to do more things than in other leagues. It's just a lot of bumping, a lot of pushing.
I love it.
I love it too. I love it too. I remember when I was little, they used to say they used to call it Americano, the American game, the game from the United States. We call it, in Spanish we say juego limpio, and it was like the clean game. You cannot check, you could not hit, you know, it was what we call a clean game, and we were FIBA. So we were known
so that was
as
clean. You guys were the dirty
we were
game.
the opposite kind of game, and it's just something that we grew up knowing. And when you play, you know, because when I went to college in Alabama, I remember having foul trouble over and over and over because we use our strength maybe, and that's not allowed if you play in the NCAA Division II or NAIA. Things that are allowed here are not allowed over there.
Hey, make her work. Hey, get into her.
Is Elise Quinones.
Make her work.
And the shoe comes off of Salomon, so she asked for a stoppage of play from the official.
Dios field, that means God is faithful.
I heard Jakia.
She's very Christian, and you know, her clothing line, Visión Evidente, goes with that line.
Good, make her work.
And Salomon's journey back to this national team is definitely noteworthy. She injured her knee, wasn't going to make the Olympics last year. Natalia, talk to me about her drive to return.
When she hurt her knee in France, you know, I remember calling her mom, and they were devastated because they knew right away it was really bad. And they knew they were going to the Olympics. She focused on her clothing line and you know, after the operation, on her getting better and everything. It was hard for her mentally, but she worked hard. The trainer name is Fabian, did an amazing work with her, and here she is.
Ball pressure.
Kobe was a nightmare for a lot of people. In case of her, it was a nightmare too, but it helped her get better and being able to go.
I like to hear the COVID good stories here, Natalia. Tripped up. USA still has the ball. Veronica Burton has lots of white jerseys around her. Jump ball, this stays with USA. Under 30 seconds to play in the first half. The United States up by 7. Brown Turner gives it up to Howard. tracked back down. These second chance opportunities has been keeping USA in the game. Yes, and then Konane with the finisher.
6 of 13 for USA. She was wide open, way too open.
Guathmy to the corner. O'Neal pulls it down, throws up something before the buzzer, and that will do it. The end of the first 2 quarters, and it's USA up by 10, 43-33.
First quarter finished at 22-18 Puerto Rico. This is second one 11-25 Virgin Island. Look at me. USA.
And the percentage doubled up here from the field for USA between quarters.
It was horrible for them in the first quarter. 9%, 11%. But look at those rebounds, second opportunities. Let's see how many offensive rebounds. They have 19 offensive rebounds. There are 19 second chances that they get, and they have made, from those offensive rebounds, they've made 13 points. That's the difference. At the beginning, first quarter, they were grabbing those offensive rebounds, but they were not able to put them back to score. Second quarter, that changed. They also have 14 points in the paint. Puerto Rico have only 4 points from the bench, at 7 Puerto Rico, 7 USA, and 8 Puerto Rico.
And from the jump, USA tried to start and set the pace. That was Howard. And then the inside started getting activated. But this was a back and forth contest, and still very much is. Multiple lead changes as Puerto Rico really needed O'Neal and Guathmy to score.
You know what, and basketball is so wonderful and so unpredictable that one of the things that we said at the beginning of the game, before the game, when we were doing our analysis, is that we were expecting to see a very fast game, you know, a high tempo. We were expecting to see a lot of fast breaks. Only 3 points for Puerto Rico in the fast break, and 6 for USA. So both the teams have done a good, you know, work at getting back on defense and pushing the opposite team to play their half-court offense.
And that was a great relief from Michelle Gonzalez. Came off the bench, and the first shot she took was a 3-ball for Puerto Rico. And now we have to remember that Puerto Rico is playing without their captain, their veteran, Pamela Rosado.
Pamela hurt her right wrist. She had some x-rays done. They look good. She's a little swollen. Her hand is a little swollen. So Jerry Batista decided to not play her today. Tomorrow Puerto Rico have a game against Dominican Republic. And if they don't think she's 100%, she's not gonna play. And then the day after that, Puerto Rico was supposed to be free, and then the day after that, everybody's free. So she'll have 4 days to recover and for the semifinals. Of course, they gotta win tomorrow to make sure they go to the semifinals. What is in stake here, taking in consideration that USA win tomorrow and Puerto Rico win tomorrow, what today decides is who's going to be first in the group and who's going to be second.
The seeding in Group B. Now there are 10 teams here, 5 in each group. The top 4 advance, but you're right, Natalia, the seeding is everything. Started off a little bit slow. Final shot will go to the corner to Messiah Russell, and she gets it. Marissa Russell, buzzer beater to end the quarter for Canada.
That's exactly how you want to finish a quarter.
Miscue by Suarez, the feed coming back. There's our flag. Salaman with 7 points. Lome protecting the rock. Finds a way to get it up, and it goes in with that extra touch.
She had 9 points, and she's shooting 75% from the field.
Wow. Shot goes up. Her eyes stay connected with the backboard, and she doesn't even need it.
And Cavalli was like, "Are you serious? Are you serious?"
That was the top 5 play since we started the tournament. It is day 3, and we are at halftime between the #1 team in the world, USA, and Puerto Rico, 2 teams that are headed to the Olympics in just 40 days. At the break, it is USA out in front, 43-33, and their leading scorer is Howard. She's got 11 points, 3 rebounds, shooting 40% from the field, and keeping Puerto Rico on their toes.
I like the confidence she has on her game. When nothing was going on for the USA team, she took charge of everything. She started moving, trying to relocate herself. Her team players, her teammates started looking for her, and look, all she needs is a little bit of space to make those.
She's a 21-year-old who plays for Kentucky from Cleveland, Tennessee. She's seeking her first ever gold at the senior level, has won 2 golds with the USA junior team.
You know, Jennifer O'Neill played for Kentucky a long time ago, so I know somebody from Kentucky, you know, the director of operations or whatever, is watching the past from Kentucky and now the future.
Passing up the torch, and we get to highlight both of the Kentucky players here at halftime, because Jennifer O'Neill has 17 points. 15 of those came in the first quarter, Natalia.
That's important to say it because Puerto Rico went to an offensive drought, and it was because everything that was happening in the offense was happening through Jennifer O'Neill. You know, her making basketball, or USA having to double on her, and everybody else, you know, stays with a little bit more space, you know, and we're making baskets from passes coming from Jennifer O'Neill. But Puerto Rico needs another voice, and Jasmine was there for a few minutes. You know, they just need somebody that be more consistent right next to her.
And I'm going to call this already, but we haven't seen a lot from Dashley Salaman, and she is the crowd pleaser. She gets everybody going. So my bet is her coming out pretty fiery here in the second half. Stick around. Natalia Melendez, Despina Barton. We'll be right back with second half action. Right now it's USA 43, Puerto Rico 33.
Thanks, Andy.
Welcome back inside to Roberto Clemente Coliseum, the site for the 2021 AmeriCup. Right now, we are at halftime. Puerto Rico, the host nation, trailing by 10 to Team USA, the #1 team in the world. Natalia, what does Puerto Rico need to do to get back in this?
Well, they were, they were controlling what was happening on the boards on the first quarter of the game, but then eventually Cougnain and Jones especially were doing whatever they wanted to do in the, on the post. They need to put a little bit more pressure on her, maybe doubling her, because she made a lot of damage in the paint with points. But I think what's really happened with Puerto Rico was in the offensive side. There have to be somebody else besides Jennifer O'Neill. And I know USA is showing great defense, but still they need to keep moving it, and they need to create something in offense.
In the start of the second quarter, Puerto Rico had an 8-point advantage. Now they trail by 10. It was an 18-point swing, Natalia, and you knew it. You called it. USA was going to start shooting better.
They were not going to keep shooting.
Natalia Melendez,
I'm sorry.
Despina Barton here inside the booth. She's very famous inside this gymnasium. Everybody wants to talk to Natalia.
No. I said they were not going to keep shooting 9% from field goal. That's not a reality for them. And especially since I know, when we all know they can dominate the paint. It was close shots to the basket. It was just very bad for them on the first quarters. But that was going to change, and we saw it.
And fighting through that adversity is good for this young USA team. This is not the team you will see in Tokyo next month. This is a group of college athletes, the best in the United States, all coming together and playing for Dawn Staley. This is day 3. This is the closing game of the evening. We've got a few hundred fans here inside the Coliseum. And we know that could work in Puerto Rico's favor, because this is a team that feeds off the energy of its fans. And three-pointers by Jennifer O'Neill. In fact, she was just a step in, so that one will only count for 2.
You cannot guard Jennifer O'Neill going below the screen. You have to fight that screen.
Flashing in the paint, Hillman. Hands straight up from Melendez. Good defense. Foul on the floor. That's one way to stop O'Neill.
My foul. That's Miller's second foul. Third foul of the game. Early for that.
It is very early for that Diamond Mill with a 20-year-old from Maryland.
Let's go, stay down, get down the stance, Diamond.
Will continue to stay on the floor. Wathmey's roller in and out. Miller creating on her own, finds an open lane on the left.
She can go left, she can go right. She attacks the middle of the paint there, finish with her left hand.
Melendez trying to create. Denied by Boston. Hillman finishes. USA starting to establish a bit of a rhythm here.
Yes, point 5 and 6 for, from fast breaks to the USA. We haven't seen them really, establish that fast break game. Now we've seen them running a little bit more down the court.
Second personal foul number 0, Jennifer O'Neill.
Coach Daly off the bench. She liked that call as it went against the top shooter for Puerto Rico, Jennifer O'Neill. A replay here of their last bucket in transition. Howard driving in. Howard, the Kentucky guard, unafraid to attack on the left.
She's the top leader. She's 13.
And Burton here will snag O'Neal from behind as she tries to shoot.
USA will be playing Venezuela tomorrow, Argentina on Tuesday. Here's the replay. Up and down. USA have been in 10 Olympic appearances. They won gold in 84, 88, 96, 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012, 2016, silver in 1976, and bronze in 1992.
You sounded like a broken record when you said all those golds. Yes, but I mean, that's the standard with Team USA.
Yeah, of course. It's always been the standard for them, not less than that.
A good defensive stance from Puerto Rico.
Hey, Leah, better screen. Second screen. Nas, Leah, pop your feet, second screen. Hey, make her work. Wear her down. Horns.
Dashalee
Watch the stagger.
Salomon.
Good, like that, Veronica. Good. Good, Veronica. There you go.
O'Neal's got the handles, creates the space like no other. That one just slightly short. Running right at you is Miller. Really wanting to work that high-low, something that Coach Staley said she wanted to get activated here.
Get up, Diamond, get up. Deny, Veronica, make her work. Wear her. Get up,
Her
Diamond.
team
gotta
pushes
get
their
there.
lead
Ready,
out to
go, go.
15.
Stay attached, stay attached, stay attached. Good, Nas.
Guathmy, that #2 in scoring. Short two. You got to think, is the endurance level, are they getting tired out there?
They're probably getting very tired, but I would like to give credit to what USA is doing on defense. When you have young players like this, their energy is just endless. They are tireless, and they're just doing a great, not giving Puerto Rico any space to attack.
Boston, floater, good. Howard with 12 points for Team USA, and Puerto Rico is going to have to call a timeout. What can be figured out in this 60 seconds, Natalia?
It's hard because everything goes around Jennifer O'Neal and everybody's just standing around waiting what to see. But again, what was working for Puerto Rico in the two games that they played before this one, it was a lot, they were using their post players a lot. Now it's a lot difficult. Look at the points. Only 4 points for Puerto Rico and 24 for USA. Puerto Rico have not been able to establish anything with our free throws. They're down on the post. Because the USA players are bigger and are stronger. So USA have not double. And all of the guards are guarding the perimeter right there. They haven't have the need to double the big players. So there's not too much space anywhere in the court for the players to do anything.
And Dawn Staley told me that she wanted her team to keep their assignments, stay stout on defense, and really make them work. While she was happy with the team's performance yesterday, she did too want to see those shots start to fall, which in the first half was very scarce. Salomon picks up her dribble and will travel as she made that extra move.
Puerto Rico entering.
She'll step off the court. Another look here. Yeah, she has moved off her spot, so that is traveling. But the theatrics, I love the sell, or at least the attempt to sell that. Howard coming back for it.
There's a switch there.
And the feed down low, rejected from Guathmy. Sticking with it, Hillman, Naz Hillman.
Hillman's just been absolutely wonderful. She already have a double-double. She have 13 points and 10 rebounds in this game.
Nobody looking as Gonzalez was looking for Quinones. No whistle for Howard, and she makes him pay. 2 points and the nothing but net.
Now, and right now, it's the USA team looking like the veteran team. They're hitting, they're pushing, and you know they're using their strength and their height to their favor. Wow, great block by Boston there.
Number 15, Sedona Prince, and number 5, actually.
Watney's going for a break. Taira Melendez and Ali Gibson is back, and India Pagan.
Number 33, India Pagan, and number 9, Ali Gibson.
And a shot clock violation has the bench on their feet for Team USA. Loose ball, Quinones pushing forward. Gonzalez, the lawyer, pulls up. Can't get it to drop. Owusu. Pull up Jay from the former Maryland guard. Quinones, deep three. She did it yesterday. She does it again. Breathing life into this Puerto Rico team.
That can be an option for Puerto Rico, taking Quinones, you know, out of the paint and using her as a, you know, fronting the basket.
No whistle. Hillman wanted it. Doesn't matter. She sticks with it. Naz Hillman. 17. Incredible performance from Naz Hillman. She's already double-double with 11 rebounds to go along with those 17 points. And just outworking anybody she faces in the post. Another look. O'Neal reaches right in front of the officials.
Jennifer is going to the bench, and Jackie Benitez enter.
Number 4, Destiny Henderson.
And some of those second rotation players are stepping on for USA as they have a 20-point lead. Coach Daly really spreading out the minutes, though, between these two sets of players.
She was trying from the beginning of the game to find those those 5 players that look better playing together until she found this, and everything is just going around Howard and Hillman.
Get that, Ryan. Make her work. She's too small. Come on. Good. Use your leg.
Benitez, that pure shooter for Puerto Rico, on the floor now, as they know they have room to make up for. Pagan, that pass was intended for her, tipped away by USA.
Hey, shot clock,
5 seconds on the shot clock.
Remember, inbounder, Rye, you're switching.
The officiating crew going the extra mile to track down that ball behind the billboard. Quinones tries again and sells it. 3 coming up for Quinones.
Kane was not expecting for Isales to go on top of the key. She was a little bit out of control, you know, coming to defend her. There's some contact there. And Isales got the foul. Isales and Quinones, it's been perfect from the free throw so far. Yes. Every time I said that, they miss. I had to stop, right? Well, but this time, But this time.
You were right. She was. That has happened a lot, Natalia, over the last 3 days. We give them a lot of credit.
Mm-hmm.
And then a miss follows.
Box out, Eve.
Quinones with 5 points, 7 rebounds. And Destiny Henderson pushing the tempo already. Open shot, Howard misses. Sedona Prince doesn't like that call. It could have gone either way.
Hey, Eddie, get up,
Entering number 20, Sabrina Lozada.
It hit her feet.
Lock her up. Lock her up. Oh, who you guarding? Lawrence down, watch.
Gonzalez
Pin down, watch the pin
with a
down.
very talented family. She's the lawyer. She's got a brother that's a musician,
Help on the top.
a sister that's a model. And she was in a Bad Bunny video, music video. Hogman, beautiful finish with the push.
And, you know, USA, it's just always looking for the girl that it's, for the player, that it's open. That's their 11th assist of the game. Those field goals going up. The percentage is 35% now. She's running down the court like if she were a guard.
And the placement from Henderson. The guard just can read the court so well. Howard will sit down for a bit of a break.
Deny her, Hetty.
And Konane completes the three-point play.
Use your length. Chase on down for these staggers. Loop, loop, loop. Chase, chase. Deny. There you go. Good. Press her.
Benitez, short rebound, Miller. Henderson, they'll pull back out.
Work Sedona. Work Sedona.
Knocked out of bounds. And Henderson having a quiet game. She led the way with 17 yesterday.
But even though she only had 3 points, she already had 4 rebounds. One of the smallest playing, and she's getting into the boards.
And putting her bigs in position. Prince had a great look there. Gonzalez Hernandez, and a block called against the youngster. You're looking at a veteran there, 31-year-old Michelle Gonzalez, the 5'6" guard for Puerto Rico. She'll take care of the inbound here too. And I can't drive home enough that these two teams are Olympic bound. Puerto Rico using this tournament as a tune-up. And Gonzalez with 2.
She has 7.
And this USA squad, not what we'll see in Tokyo, but this is just the younger collegiate version of Team USA. And left alone, Gonzalez. This place would have erupted if that went down. Gibson tries to give it to him. And Prince stops the series. Down on the court on the other end.
And she's trying to stand up and she can't.
That's Team USA's Diamond Miller.
She can't stand up.
Trainers and Coach Staley quick to get to her side. It's hard for her to put pressure, it looks like, on that left foot. She limps off on her own power. This is that 20-year-old Maryland guard.
It's always sad to see somebody get hurt like that during a game. being so brave by walking away on her own feet. It was her left ankle.
Berger comes in for her, and Team USA will look to build on its lead. Henderson calling the play. She's getting the pressure from Gonzalez. High, low, and a Cognane.
Nice, nice. A great pass. 12 assists for USA.
Cognane from NC State, and originally from Summerfield, North Carolina. Nice putback from Gibson.
Those are Ali first 2 points.
Owusu back on the floor. Last touch by Quinones.
In the case of Cisalis, she's having a lot of minutes, so we'll probably, see her later in the game, the fourth quarter, getting some rest. Since tomorrow, PR will be playing Dominican Republic.
That was that last look at Diamond Miller's injury, in which she exited the court. Her left leg bent backwards there in that replay. So we hope, and we know the trainers are tending to her. 19.9 seconds here in the third quarter. Puerto Rico ball, 5 seconds separating the game clock and the shot clock. Whew. Nearly went across half court, but Gonzalez managed. The guard play, her versus Henderson. In transition, squares up beautifully. That is fundamental basketball. And USA will end the quarter up by 23, 68-45.
First quarter 23-18, second one 10-25 second, and the third one 12-23. USA hold Puerto Rico in the second quarter with only 10 points, and this third one with only 12 points.
They're pretty even from the field, Natalia, and even from three. I fear that in the next slide, we'll see the real difference maker here. The rebounding, exactly.
It's been crazy, 26-50, and 22 of those 50s are offensive rebound, which they turn into 17 points eventually. Isalis Quiñones, it's working very hard, but she cannot do it all. She's our tallest player, and she's fighting everybody in the paint and trying to get those rebounds. But she have 8. She have 8. It's just, this is a very talented player.
And Puerto Rico saw what Team USA did in their first round against the Dominican Republic. It was in their scouting report that they have to limit those chances. But what's going wrong here?
What's wrong here, what I can tell you is, at the end of the day, it depends on the personnel you have. And, they're taller and they are stronger, and you see Isalis is doing all she can. She's trying, she's fronting and boxing out and everything, but she's fighting by herself in the paint. It's not easy.
This Puerto Rico team are on their heels. They've won the first 2 games here in the tournament. USA had a rest day on day 1. Took care of Dominican Republic yesterday. And tomorrow, USA has Venezuela.
Last 10 minutes of the game.
Fourth quarter.
We even saw Jada Stinson in the first 3 quarters. She started this one.
Henderson in the corner. Cognane fights for the rebound. We'll reset with Berger. And that pass just over the head of her teammate, Owusu.
A little too hard. 10 turnovers for USA.
2 Maryland players on this team for USA. A pair of South Carolina players. You sprinkle in a national champion from Stanford, Haley Jones, who we've seen a little bit from tonight. Shot goes in for Allie Gibson. 5 for Gibson. Grace Berger calling the play. Conane, turn and shoot. Prince trying to track it, and a jump ball is called. This will go with Puerto Rico.
They need more of that. They need more of, you know, of India in both getting those rebounds, and also all of the guards can get in. In the case of Allie Gibson, that was, you know, she always tried to get on the boards.
Like you said, Stinson making her first appearance of the game, the young 21-year-old, the lefty for Puerto Rico. What does O'Neal have left? She's carried the weight of this team tonight. Puerto Rico playing without their captain, Rosado, and a foul courtesy Pagan. And USA, Coach Don Staley told me they really liked the way they played yesterday. They got to get their jitters out, and it was nice playing against another team, you know, besides themselves, after all these practices.
Yes, yes.
It's refreshing, right?
Yes, it is refreshing. It's, you know, it feels, you know, I bet every single player in this tournament is so happy to have some normalcy, you know, finally back in their lives. In the case of this team, these are not the girls that are going to be in the Olympic, but just having this opportunity to be in this AmeriCup is huge for them. They got to go back after this to school. They're here playing the AmeriCup with professional teams, and then, you know, I'm sorry, with great countries, and in the next month they will be studying in their university.
Conane misses, she follows, stripped away. Berger to Burton. No good. Stinson gets it to O'Neal as she hops across half court before it's an over and back. Gibson will try on the other side. She's still hot. No. Conane feeling comfortable enough to shoot it from 3. Conane stands at 6'5" for everybody watching at home, is a 20-year-old center from NC State. O'Neal saves it. Steal, Puerto Rico. The home team trailing by 20. Hinson with a big lay-in.
The defense came out of balance, and she read what was going on. She attacked the middle of the basket, and she received contact and finished the first 2 points of the game. She didn't play in the first, second, and third quarter. This is the young girl in the team, Stinson.
And I believe, Natalia, this was the athlete you said plays with her left, but shoots her free throw with the right.
You didn't believe me yesterday. Yes.
Confirmation. Check.
Boom. She used both of her hands. She's part of the program of Arkansas State. She plays in Arkansas State.
O'Neal gets stripped. Burton out in front with the contact. That one feels good for Burton.
We're to have 5.3 assists. That was a great job she did hustling down the court to receive that pass. She finished 2 points. Veronica Burton from Northwestern, Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, All Big First Team, and she was a finalist 2021 with the Naismith Trophy.
And Northwestern in the States is known for its academics. So Burton, extremely intelligent to go along with her basketball skill set. A technical. O'Neal here chirping with the official. Wanted a call. Thought that she was fouled. Last trip down.
It's not typical for Jennifer to get technical fouls. She's usually very quiet.
And she thought there was contact made on the wrist from Boston.
I couldn't really see from the from the replay. It was way too far. So
Boston made the free throw. They'll get possession too with a technical in the FIBA AmeriCup. You get one shot and possession. Owusu wanted to sneak up on Stinson. Four seconds on the shot clock. Pagan throws it up. A block. And the foul credited to Burton.
Ali's always in the right place at the right time. You know, the ball follows her wherever she goes. It's her first trip to the free throw line.
Freebies. A lot of those missed tonight.
South Puerto Rico, entering number 55, Jacqueline Benitez.
Owusu back to Burton. There's Haley Jones from Stanford showing off her national championship chops.
Her first 2 points of the game, and 9 players from USA have scored today.
Benitez tries to reset, overthrows. Burton, she'll take it all the way. That's off. Jones, and a jump ball is called. It will stay with USA.
So for USA, entering number 7, Jackie Brown-Turner.
Another look at that overthrow, which puts USA in transition. And Jones not letting go. Off the curl. Berger. Good.
4 points for Berger.
Stinson. Our girl Solomon dealing with a short shot clock. Lozado gets it up in time, and it's good for 2.
Those are the first 2 for Sabrina. That's the shot she likes to take. And that was a good pick and roll.
Berger with the handles. Haley Jones spots up for 3. Rolls out, that's tracked down though by her teammate Brown Turner. And a give back, making things up. Benitez splits through 3 defenders for the lay-in. Brown Turner takes it for herself. This go around just 2.
And in this fourth quarter, USA hardly, hardly missed.
Fans are calling out the shot clock just to make sure that their team's aware after a couple miscues from Puerto Rico dealing with the shot clock. Haley Jones lays in. Melendez hits the deck. It looked like that was some contact made, a shove away from the play.
So for Puerto Rico, entering number 33.
Melendez is out. Pagan is in.
USA, entering number 15. Senora.
First quarter, 23-18 Puerto Rico. Second one, 10-25 USA. Third one, 12-25 USA. And this one, it's going to, right now it's 11-16 USA.
And this is going to be the biggest challenge for Team USA in this group phase. We see on the other side of things, Canada, who was the runner-up in this tournament back in 2019. USA won, so they're familiar with this Canadian team too. And then Brazil on the other side in Group A. Likely the 2 teams that USA will have to go through to reach gold again. Jones getting in some work these last few minutes.
There's a constant rotation. So the minutes that you are playing, you want to fill those stats. And in the case of Jones, she used to be, the go-to girl on the teams that she's playing. Stanford University, that's another university you got to be really smart, really intelligent to be there. Yeah, she was an NCAA champion. That's why her face is so familiar. NCAA Final Four Most Outstanding Player. Sherry Miller Award finalist.
An easy gimme for Pagan. Caught USA sleeping, which is not normal. This USA team is usually on and going 24 hours a day. Brown Turner still dribbling. Shot clock at 4. Benitez squares up, lets it fly. That's what she does best. Puerto Rico just needed it soon.
That's one of 3 for her. When you're a shooter, you need lots of touch sometimes to get into rhythm. And in the case of Jackie, I haven't touched the ball that much.
So coming up, USA will advance their record 2-0. Puerto Rico will drop to 2-1. And then tomorrow, Team USA will face Venezuela, then Argentina. Everybody gets a rest on Wednesday, and then the quarterfinals will pick up. So that seeding will likely be settled, and USA will play the 4th seed coming out of Group A in that quarterfinal. What a block by Lozado. Jones unfazed.
Points 8 and 9 for her.
For Puerto Rico, they will see Dominican Republic tomorrow before they get a rest day on Tuesday and then another rest day on Wednesday. I always wondered how those schedules come together, but that seems pretty nice for Puerto Rico considering they were without their captain, Rosado, tonight.
We'll give her time to heal for those semifinals and not thinking that they have to beat this DR team tomorrow. That's a rivalry there. We're probably gonna see not only Puerto Rican fans here tomorrow, but also Dominicans, because we have a big community of people from DR. Big, like really big community.
A strong following.
Yeah, those are brothers and sisters.
2 for 2 for Stinson. It would have been nice to see her off the bench a little earlier, too.
Yes, yes. What I'm thinking, ¿verdad? Jerry, it's a very, I don't know if tricky is the word, but I think
Strategic?
yeah, I think he didn't use her with a purpose.
Benitez, her take is good.
Jacqueline Benitez.
Benitez with 7 tonight for Puerto Rico. Final 20 seconds on the clock. About 3.5 seconds separate the game clock and shot clock. Jones wants it. Berger spots up. That one's off. And Lozado holds it out as the clock expires. Team USA, from going down 7 in the first quarter, fight back and take the lead through halftime on. They build this one out to a final score 87-65. And they wave goodbye to their fans and to their opponents. A rare meetup here at mid-court.
And you know who? Well, they were not supposed to do it, but Howard and Jennifer, something we were talking about, they just hug each other. We are Kentucky girls and we're here.
And it's so natural for these women who play against each other. A lot of emotion comes out in this game, a lot of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears. And when they're not in the bubble, this is their only outside view, so they're taking this time to thank their fans. Wave, kisses.
Some of the families from the USA team, they cannot be with them, but they came here to Puerto Rico to watch, you know, their kids play.
So this is how Group B looks at the current moment. But things will change after USA defeated Puerto Rico. So expect that to flip. And still 2 more games and 2 more days of action of group play before we move on to the quarterfinals here. A look at some of the best plays from the second half. O'Neal was the sharpshooter for Puerto Rico. She fizzled out a bit in the second half while USA kept compiling.
They did an amazing job on the boards and in the paint. As you see there, most of the points were from very close to the basket. It's 46 points from the 87 points were in the paint. Also the bench did pretty good today, 28 points. Rebounding, Despina, rebounding was, you know, the difference was white and black. 37 rebounds for Puerto Rico. They were averaging 40-something. And USA grabbed 61 rebounds, 27 offensive rebounds, and they scored, for those rebounds, they scored 23 points.
Nearly doubling up the production off the boards that Puerto Rico had. And they got some life from Gonzalez here, but the guard had to do it all on her own. Her and O'Neal leading the way. We didn't see much of Rockme in the second half. So this Puerto Rico team really trying to figure itself out as it moves forward.
Once the game started, you know, the USA started pulling one way and Puerto Rico couldn't, you know, follow their steps. You know, I think, Jerry, you know, what I would think as a coach is I still have a game tomorrow that in paper Puerto Rico looks like a better team than the Dominican Republic, but these girls always played really well against Puerto Rico. There's a lot of rivalry there, so it's going to be a tough game tomorrow. It's going to be a difficult and a physical game from Puerto Rico, so they need, you know, people that are kind of not rested but not as tired as if they get, you know, to play 40 minutes. So he put Jasmine away for a while. He tried to do it with Jennifer as well, but the team was so bad without Jennifer that he had to put her back in.
And Benitez showed some life deep into the fourth quarter. It just the timing of it, they needed that a lot sooner. And we got to see Haley Jones finish out the game for Team USA. Jones finished the day with 9 points, all of those coming in the fourth quarter. So a lot to look forward to for Team USA. They advance to a record of 2-0. Puerto Rico drops to 2-1 in pool play. That's Group B. Much more action tomorrow for day number 4. For Natalia Melendez, I'm Despina Barton. The final score here on day 3 and phased Group B. It is USA 87, Puerto Rico 65.
Jump the ball, Ryan! Let's go! Right, protect. That's a good. Good. Moving screen. Hey, look, let's go, let's go. Right, protect. That's okay. Stop the ball, Haley, stop the ball, stop the ball. Protect, there you go. Good defense, Henny. Go, Grace, run. 2-on-2. Stop the ball. Good. Get there, Jakia. That's a good head. That's okay. Protect that. Rebound.
Great game overall. We have to talk about that first quarter with O'Neal. When you play with someone like Jennifer and she's in the zone like that, what do you do?
Give her the ball. Keep giving her the ball. We're a team that we just play for Puerto Rico. If we have one player that is hot that night, we have to give her the ball, and everybody will have